Hello, I'm Greg Allen, Executive Director of San Juan Safe Communities Initiative and a member of the Mental Health Task Force in San Juan County. September is National Recovery Month, and we would like to invite you to see each of the recovery stories that we air on Tuesday mornings on the San Juan County, New Mexico Mental Health Task Force Facebook page. You can also see these stories on the San Juan Safe Communities Initiative website and on our YouTube channel. Please help us spread the word by following the page and sharing any useful information that you may find there or on the Safe Communities website at sjsci.org. Today's recovery story comes from Christina.
Hello, my name is Christina Marie, and I had a 35-year love affair with alcohol. And I really had a difficult time liking myself. One day I decided that I really didn't want to hurt my friends and family anymore, and I decided to put down the bottle. In doing so, I realized through cognitive therapy with a licensed therapist that I was a transsexual or a transgender person. I decided to transition, and in doing so, a lot of my addictive behaviors went away, and I began to learn to love myself again. You see, not all recovery stories involve 12-step groups or sponsors, meetings. Some recovery stories are coming out stories, similar to mine, showing us the value of the diversity among those of us in recovery. These three poems make up what I call an emotional tsunami. The first poem is called Gulls Cry. It goes like this: listen to the surf. It is the beating heart of the earth. Tides come in, bathing the shores, making the sands pure again. Seagulls cry and ride the sky. Their wings have set them free. In time, they all must die, returning to the sea. I weaned myself off of alcohol, and it was a process. And in that time frame, it was about 2012. I did a lot of therapy. I was first diagnosed with what's called gender identity disorder, and even then I wasn't able to come out. It was a process. And then when I did come out, it wasn't so much a decision. It was happening. I was coming out. I was, and it was like I almost had no control over it. I remember, I decided one day I didn't want to do tobacco anymore. I called 1-800-QUIT-NOW, and I used that program to quit tobacco. And, no drugs, no alcohol, no tobacco. I have a little bit of a food addiction, but that's, I've conquered everything in my life. I was able to come out, and my weight and my health is going to be another thing for me to conquer, but I have no doubt in my mind after doing what I've done that I can conquer food eventually. After I quit tobacco, I realized I can do just about anything. That was the hardest thing I ever did. It was harder than the alcohol. And I don't know, I was coming out. I couldn't, it was like a volcano erupting. It was, the cross-dressing, I finally called, I called someone and they led me to Identity Inc. On Main Street, and Identity was able to hook me up with some people. I spoke to Adrian Lawyer, one of the co-directors of the Transgender Resource Center in New Mexico, and just learning that these feelings were normal, and it was okay. It was okay to wear women's clothes. I mean, that's my brain is a woman's brain, and just coming to grips with who I was, and I decided, once I came out, I had to, because you get to reinvent yourself, and I decided, who I wanted to be as a person. I wanted to be an activist. I wanted to be an advocate for not only trans people, but because mental illness is close to my heart, I wanted to be an advocate for the mentally ill. And I wanted to be involved in politics, so I got involved with our, local Democratic Party. I got involved with a group called Indivisible San Juan, which is a progressive political group. And I do things like contact my local representatives. I contact my federal representatives like Udall, Ben Ray. I've done things. I've mentored students, and I don't know. I call it sometimes. What I do sometimes I call it Forrest Gumping myself into a situation. I don't know what I do until I get asked to do it or until I'm given the opportunity to do it, and it's so fun. Just realizing how much potential I have. And how comfortable I am rising to the occasion sometimes. Next poem in this set is called Bubbles. Below the surface of the sea, bubbles are safe. Under the lance and spike, and against tooth and scale, a numb division takes place. Ignoring the pain, it keeps on rising, always rising. Pulled to the surface, they face reality. We're all are mortals and all must die. Reaching the surface, touching the sky. More fragile than the lives of men. Bursting, except for the few that get carried in the wind. If it's one thing I learned, is so many of us have internalized homophobia. And it's okay to be queer. It's okay to be gay. It's okay to be lesbian. It's okay to be however you identify. Transgender people, they're not born in the right body, so to speak. It's a personal choice whether or not we transition, but it's okay to come out. It's okay to be queer. If I would have known that years ago, I would have saved myself a lot of heartache. I would have saved myself a lot of abuse on my body. And who knows where I'd be? Maybe I'd still be employed, still be employable. Don't wait 35 years to come out queer or come out gay. It's okay. Be yourself. True Spirit Transgender is an organization of one. Just let me get that clear. But what I decided True Spirit was going to be is we're going to make things better for the next trans person. When I was locked up 3 years ago in the state mental hospital and in San Juan Regional's behavioral health ward, I was starting to come out at that time. But while I was in there, a trans woman visited another patient, and I knew upon seeing her that, it's okay. It's okay. I took it as a sign from God. If queer was wrong, God wouldn't send this person to the hospital visiting this person at a time when I was questioning my own transsexualism. And so I was born Jason Irachi. My middle name was Christopher, and I changed that to Christina. And I just haven't looked back since. And the third installment in this poem is called Adrift. Adrift in the ocean, a ride upon the waves, slowly becoming saturated. I cannot stay afloat. I'm going down. Sinking, submerging, a ripple upon the sea. Part of the watery waste, into the whirlpool, a merger takes place. A body lost, a spirit free.